Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be comparing a 2021 Ram TRX to a 2021 Ram Power Wagon 75th Anniversary Edition. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this Power Wagon. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get straight into the video. Now let's pop under the hoods of both the trucks, and starting in advance for my TRX being so dirty, I was not expecting to film the truck at all today. So yeah, this was literally like just on the spot type deal. But anyways, with the TRX, we have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 702 horsepower and then 650 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy ratings being 10 around town and then 14 on the highway. Coming over to the Power Wagon, we have a naturally aspirated 6.4 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 410 horsepower and then 429 pound-feet of torque. Now this does not have a fuel economy rating from the EPA because it's a heavy-duty truck. However, my best guess is that this is going to get better fuel economy than this. Right now, I've been averaging like 9 miles per gallon, whereas with this truck, I'm sure you could get at least 12 to 14 miles per gallon. Now let's go over the front ends of both the trucks. Starting over here with the TRX, you've got craziness happening here on the hood. So yes, this venting right here is fake, but it looks really cool. It says 6.2 liter supercharged right there. And then you have the real venting here in the center portion with the marker lights right there in the center. You've got the hollow Ram logo. Full LED lights that are stolen right from the Ram Limited. They look really good in the TRX. And then you've got the little marker light right there. Fog light here on the side. And then you've got the parking sensors all along the middle portion. Skid plate here on the bottom with the tow hooks. And yeah, that is the TRX. Coming over to the Power Wagon, notice you just have a regular heavy duty hood, but you've got these really cool LED lights with the sleek line there at the bottom. Fog lights down below that with parking sensors. Still get the tow hooks. This also comes with a winch with a synthetic cable, which is really nice. I love the grille here on the 75th. It just has this like cool old school look to it. But yeah, that's the front of the Power Wagon, and that's the front of the TRX. Now let's go over the tire and wheel setup with both of the trucks. So they both have 17-inch wheels, but the Power Wagon has 33s, whereas the TRX has 35s, and you guys can definitely see the width difference and all that kind of stuff, and a little bit difference with the height. Just look at the Power Wagon tire, and then look at the TRX tire. But notice that, again, they have the same wheels. These are the beadlock capable wheels that Ram made for the TRX, but on the 75th Power Wagon, you actually get them. Notice that pretty much the same wheel. The style's a little bit different there in the center portion, notice, but other than that, like the outside part of it is the same with both of the trucks. And then look at the suspension. So you've got the nice shocks here with the Power Wagon, and then you can see you do have a lift from the factory. It's about 2 inches here with the Power Wagon compared to a regular heavy duty. And then with the TRX, you've got the active Bilstein shocks. You can probably see a little bit there. And then you've got the gigantic fender flare with the wide body here in the front, whereas this is just a standard heavy duty, but you do have the massive fenders here in the Power Wagon. And then you've got your 6.4 badge, and then you've got this little bit of protection. And I mean, I guess you could kind of use it as a side step. Off-road side steps here on the TRX. My TRX does have the smaller mirrors. This Power Wagon has the trailer mirrors. And let's head to the back. Now let's go over the beds of both the trucks. So starting off with the payload capacity, the TRX has a payload capacity of 1,034 pounds. The Power Wagon is 1,252 pounds, so higher payload over there on the Power Wagon. Coming to the TRX, full spray and bed liner. Again, sorry that the truck's dirty. I, again, wasn't expecting to film. Full LED lights back here. I did get the tire carrier with the truck, and then the ram bar. I recently added the lights that's a Mopar accessory with the truck as well. So tons of cool like off-roading stuff here. The tire carrier is a huge thing. Like keeping that spare tire clean is massive. Anyone that off-roads knows what I'm talking about. And then coming over to the Power Wagon, still full spray and bed liner. You've got LED lights. You actually get a power outlet back here that the TRX does not have. This has a 6'4" bed. That has a 5'7" bed, so more bed space over here in the Power Wagon. And that's the Power Wagon. That's the TRX. Now let's go over the rest of the rear of both the trucks. Starting over here with the Power Wagon, you've got the full LED lights with the blacked out portion there in the center, and then you've got your Power Wagon logo, all that kind of stuff. Blacked out bumpers here on the bottom with the parking sensors. Towing capacity is about 10,000 pounds with the Power Wagon, and I love the anvil color on this truck and then the two-tone. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is little shock there in the rear. Now coming over to the TRX, again, you guys can see the wide body here from the back, and then notice the vent there at the front just looks really neat. Same taillights, but notice they do the fake venting here on these taillights. Looks cool stylistically. Got the Ram logo. I took off all the other badges because I thought it was a little bit too busy. You've got the exhaust tips there at the bottom, which are massive, and yes, this truck is super loud. You guys will hear that in just a moment. And then coming over to the shocks, again, you've got the active shocks from Bilstein, which are absolutely fantastic on the off-road. Definitely smooths things out a ton. But notice the kind of like travel here with the TRX, and less about the travel, but more about the distance here with the TRX between the wheel and the fender there. And then notice this with the Power Wagon, there's a lot more distance you can go, so that'd be a little bit better for like rock crawling and all that. And by the way, they both have coil suspension. Well, let's go over the door panels in both of the trucks. Starting over here with the TRX, you've got really nice leather here with Alcantara and carbon fiber, just really nice material-wise. Carbon carbon sound system. And again, it's dirty because I just took it off-roading. But you've got these are like little bullet holders, which I think is pretty neat. And I have my dog's cage because, again, I was just using the truck for truck stuff. But yeah, full leather seats. You guys have seen these seats a million times, and you guys will see the front seats with the truck. So yeah, we're just gonna close that up so you don't have to look at that anymore. Anyways, coming over to the brand new truck that's really nice in the back. Again, really nice leather, no Alcantara or carbon fiber or anything, but just really nice materials, just like you get in a limited 2500. And then you've got really beautiful seats here. So again, brown leather here. Love the perforated leather there in the center. They just look and feel really nice. Got the ice buckets. And if you guys are wondering, the legroom and headroom is a little bit less in the Power Wagon than it is in the TRX, and that's just because the new half tons have so much space. But yeah, so yeah. Now popping here to the front, looking at the door panel in the TRX, again, really nice leather here with the Alcantara, carbon fiber, more leather. And then you've got the memory seats, got all of your window controls, the power folding mirror control, and then you've got the red speaker that's part of a red package here on the TRX, which is pretty neat. And then again, I have the smaller mirrors. Now coming to the seats here in the front, again, beautiful leather here with the TRX emblem. You've got the red leather on the side with the Alcantara, perforated leather all through the center. Got your adjustments on the side of the seat. Pedal layout just down below. Got your power adjustable pedals, your parking brake light controls, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. And there's one more look before we pop in. Now let's quickly go over the interior here on the TRX. You've got Alcantara at the top and at the bottom of the steering wheel with perforated leather on either side. You do get regular cruise control as well as adaptive cruise control, radio controls on the back. You have all the controls for the center stack as well as your voice command controls. And then you do have the paddles right there, which are very nice. You can manually shift the gears with those, obviously. And then you've got the stock for the turn signal and the windshield wipers, but that's the steering wheel. And then here for the gauge setup, notice you got the analog gauges with the red accenting TRX there at the top. And then you can scroll through a couple different menus. My favorite's the little off-road status right there that gives you some information when you do take it off-road. Like, I think the wheel articulation, it's pretty neat to be able to actually see that info in real time with the TRX. But yeah, that's everything for the little center stack. Now this does have the 12-inch display. You've got your lane departure assistance at the top with the hazard light button right there, and then a 12-volt up above, carbon fiber again. And then with the 12-inch display, you've got your analog controls on either side for the climate controls. You've got your radio controls on top of that. And then you got your little parking sensor button right here, your auxiliary switch button, the trailer steering system, and then that is for your trailer brake controls. Now if we pop the truck into reverse, you've got the 360 camera system that's going to pop up with the truck. You've got all the different views, including your regular view out the back, and you can zoom in on the receiver hitch. Now, since this is an off-road truck, Ram did add the forward camera, which is nice. You've got little tire marks right there. And then the other thing is, since this is the TRX and has the Hellcat engine in it, you do get the TRX page. This comes with the performance pages, which is pretty cool. And you have a bunch of drive modes. So you've got all these different drive modes. I have an auto pretty much 90% of the time. I use the sport occasionally. And then on the off-road, I've used the Baja mode. I haven't really been in a situation where I've had to use rock or mud/sand yet. Again, yet. We will see in the near future. But yes, you've got all your different drive modes. And then down here, you can go through the drive modes there. I always recommend using the touchscreen. You got your 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, your axle lock, and your 4-wheel low. No 2-wheel drive. The Power Wagon does have 2-wheel drive, so plus for the Power Wagon. You've got your launch control, off-road cruise control, and then you've got your stability control in that little area. Got the whole center console here with the TRX emblem at the top, which is pretty nice. And then you do have the shifter right here for the 8-speed automatic. The center console doesn't move or anything like that. You do have wireless phone charging. And then you've got the whole dash area with really nice leather, stitching, carbon fiber on the glove box, says TRX on that portion. And then popping up to the top, you guys probably see right here, you've got the whole camera mirror system, which I absolutely love. Full panoramic sunroof. You've got the controls for the power rear sliding window and an all black headliner. But let's head to the Power Wagon. Going over the door panel of the much cleaner Power Wagon, again, really nice leather, just like you get in a Limited. And then you've got all of your window controls right here. These mirrors do power fold, even though they're the trailer mirrors, which is nice, and they do have blind spot monitoring. And then here are the seats in the Power Wagon. So again, brown leather. You've got the Power Wagon 75 on it, perforated leather on the center. Then your adjustments on the side of the seat. Pedal layout in that little area. And then this is for the power outlet in the back. Light controls. The steering wheel is manually adjustable. And there's when we're looking for we pop in. Now with the Power Wagon, I just want to mention the key differences. So with the steering wheel, you've got full leather instead of the mixed with the leather and the Alcantara. And then notice that the kind of perforated leather here on the sides, there's a lot less of it than in the TRX. No adaptive cruise control, and then no paddle shifters. You just have a gear limiter. Everything else is the same, except here in the gauge cluster, it says Power Wagon instead of TRX, and it doesn't have the red accenting on it. And then on the off-road side of things, you only have the two things you can go through, the pitch and the roll. Oops, I accidentally pressed the wrong menu. Don't even know what I'm doing apparently. Pitch and the roll, and then you've got the drivetrain. It's a little bit different, and then this whole thing is a little bit different compared to what the TRX has on that part of it. And then with the 12-inch display, everything is the same here compared to the TRX. You don't get the performance pages and the drive mode select like the TRX because, well, it's a Power Wagon. And then the other key difference is the Power Wagon has a cargo camera. The TRX does not. The Power Wagon also has these side cameras. Again, the TRX does not have that, but it does have the 360 camera view. Still get heated ventilated seats, still get all that fun stuff. And then you've got another key difference here. Two-wheel drive in the Power Wagon. You don't have four-wheel auto though. So the TRX doesn't have two-wheel drive, but it has four-wheel auto, so a little bit different there. And then another thing the TRX doesn't have, the sway bar disconnect, and then also front lockers. So the TRX has the rear locker. This has front and rear lockers and a sway bar disconnect. So again, another little different thing right there. All this stuff somewhat similar. Still got parking sensors, tow haul, stability control, hill descent control, trailer brake controls, all the normal truck stuff. It says Power Wagon, said TRX, and then got all the leather here. The center console slides backwards and forwards, whereas in the TRX does not. And then this has a wireless phone charger. This one doesn't have a wireless phone charger. The TRX does. That's getting a little bit confused here. And then notice again, still get really nice leather, just like the TRX. And then the glove box has this little plaque there that's pretty neat here with the Power Wagon. That's all the same. The Power Wagon does not have the camera in the mirror, so that's another key difference. Power sliding window still. This sunroof is just a regular sunroof. It's not a full panoramic. So again, that's another little thing. Now let's talk about pricing with both of the trucks. So my TRX stickered for about $95,000, and then this Power Wagon stickers for about $70,000. So there is a $25,000 price difference. Now the big question on everyone's mind is the TRX $25,000 more truck? And it really depends on what you're going to use the truck for. So if you just want a crazy off-road truck that you're going to do some rock crawling with, and some desert runs with, and then maybe some overlanding as well, then the Power Wagon will be more than sufficient. It's great at that. You're going to get into a ton of cool places, and it's just going to have the capability to do everything that you want it to do. However, if you want a crazy off-road performance truck, then that's where the TRX is going to shine. I feel like interior-wise, their interiors are both just as nice, and I feel like exterior-wise, I think they both look cool in different ways. Now, the TRX is slightly shorter than the Power Wagon, but it's not as short as I originally thought. Like, you guys probably in the video, it's pretty hard to tell. If we walk up to the truck, you can see a little bit of a difference with the mirrors, but it's very minimal. And you look at the roof line, and again, it's still really close. So from a size perspective, they're really close. Now, aside from all of that, there are some other key differences with the truck. Obviously, the Power Wagon has the sway bar disconnect and it has the front and rear lockers, whereas this just has the rear locker. And again, you've got all the performance with the TRX, so it just really depends on what you're looking for. If you want a truck that has a higher towing capacity, higher payload, and is going to be a little bit better for like rock crawling, Power Wagon. But if you want a super fun on-road, crazy capable off-road truck that you can drive like a sports car, then the TRX is going to be the one for you, and it's going to make sense to spend the extra $25,000. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one you would pick. Now that's going to sum things up for our video comparing this 2021 Ram TRX to this 2021 Ram Power Wagon 75th Anniversary Edition. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with the Power Wagon. Check out the inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.